Welcome to Circuit and Soul. Today we are taking a look at the Nike Pegasus Premium in the barely green and bright crimson colorway. Nike has been teasing these for a while and they finally released, and I was able to get my hands on a pair. Not that easily, but I was able to get a pair. So without too much waffle, let's go ahead and get them out of the box and check them out. Then I will get into my review. Alright, so a very standard orange Nike box, white swoosh there right in the center. And there is sneaker number one. I really love this color, man. It is very nice. Sneaker number two. Very good, very good, very good. Nothing else extra in the box, which is what I was expecting with a shoe like this. All right, here they are in all of their glory. The Nike Pegasus Premium in the barely green and bright crimson colorway. And I gotta say, I really love this color. I am a sucker for sea foams and greens and blues. Longtime subscribers of my channel, you know this about me. And with that pop of crimson, this bright crimson color that they have, I love it. I really love it. So normally when I do a review like this, I would start with the upper of the shoe, but the cushioning technology is the star of the show on this particular model. So I'm going to start with that. So Nike has a 3-stack of cushioning technologies on here. You have a layer of Zoom X going around the top here. And then you have a sculpted Zoom Air unit going around the middle. And then finally on the bottom you have a layer of React X going around the bottom. So one must wonder, these are probably going to be pretty comfortable. I'm going to say they'll probably replace the Adidas Ultra Boost atop my list of the most comfortable sneakers for everyday use. Just an assumption, I haven't had these on feet yet, but I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. So this is my first experience with Zoom X foam. However, I am familiar with React, and from what I can remember correctly, React does crease rather easily, so I'm kind of expecting that to happen on these, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see once I've had them on feet for a little bit. But the React shoes that I've had in the past, they did crease rather easily. So the upper is made up of what Nike describes as a lighter than air circular knit and mono mesh. Looking at the toe box here, these are definitely not waterproof. You can see right through to the insole. So if you live in a wet climate and you're planning on running with these outdoors, you might want to go with something else because these don't look like they're going to be waterproof at all. I'm curious to see if maybe Nike will come out with like a winterized version of this shoe for people who live in more wet areas. But as it is right now, I wouldn't run in the wet with these because your feet are going to get soaked. So there's not going to be any confusion at all as to who makes this sneaker. There's Nike branding all over the place. On the outside of the shoe, we have a giant metallic gunmetal-ish, grayish Nike swoosh. And then on the inside of the shoe, we have another smaller, also gunmetal metallic-y Nike swoosh. And then right at the midfoot, we have the Zoom logo. And then on the midsole, we have the Zoom X logo, the Air Zoom logo, and the Nike React X logo. So tons of Nike branding. Oh, forgot about there's another swoosh right there on the toe box. So plenty of Nike branding to go around on this guy. So these come pre-laced with these laces that match the upper. And while initially I'm okay with that, I'll rock them like this for a while. I might try to find me some crimson, like bright crimson laces somewhere. Somebody's got to make some that are pretty close to this red, just to give it a little extra pop. But the laces that they come with are kind of cool. You have this bright crimson Nike swoosh, and then you have a date. What does that say? 1972. The tongue itself is made of like this mesh, or has like a mesh design, I should say, which looks really cool. And then up near the top of the tongue, you have the Nike Pegasus branding, which looks really cool. I really dig the design of the tongue. And then running up alongside the laces on the inside of the shoe, you have the coordinates to the first location of the Blue Ribbon Sports Shop in Santa Monica. And this is where Nike first established its retail presence back in 1967. So that's a pretty cool touch. On the inside of the shoe, the insole is crimson, just like the midsole. And you have a, sorry, that was upside down. You have a silver or gunmetal-ish color Air Zoom logo. Kind of matches the swoosh on the outside. I say kind of, no, it does match the swoosh on the inside. And then now that I removed the paper, you can see alongside the mesh, this is going to be a very breathable shoe because you can see straight through it to the insole. So again, this isn't going to be waterproof, so just a warning. On the heel of the shoe, they have this little tag here that's got a Pegasus flag on it, which is pretty cool. And I really dig that little design touch that they did. It's pretty nice. So these have a pretty aggressive tread pattern. Nike markets these as an outdoor running shoe, so I'm not that surprised. So the outsole is mostly that barely green with a little bit of this mint in the center here. You have a Nike swoosh at midfoot, and then running down the length, almost the entire length of the outsole, is this strip of crimson, and then it says Air Zoom in there. So Nike calls this outsole design the waffle, and it's zonally designed to scale the lugs on high wear zones to improve durability. And it also makes for a pretty cool look. All right, let's go ahead and get some close-ups and some on-feet of these beauties, shall we? All right, so on feet, these things feel amazing. They're not the most stable feeling shoe in the world. They feel a little bit like tall, and they are very squishy. So if you're a larger person, you know, you might not feel very stable trying to run in these, but they are extremely comfortable. I won't know for sure until I wear them for an entire day, but I'm fairly certain these are going to replace the Ultra Boost at the top of my list for most comfortable daily wear sneaker. Because That triple tech they got in there, this foam, it's super soft. It feels really good on foot. I went true to size, and I feel like I have plenty of room in there in the toe box, plenty of room to wiggle my toes around. As far as like the width of the shoe, it felt really comfortable. So I would go true to size on these, unless you're going to use them for competitive running, or not just competitive running. If you're going to run in these and do any kind of like long distance running, then I would recommend, of course, going a half a size up would probably be best. But if you're just going to use these for casual wear like I am, going true to size is probably best. Retail for these babies was an eye-watering $220. But that is to be expected, I guess, for a sneaker like this with so much tech packed into it. And as of recording this video, these are available in size 3.5 to 7.5 on Nike's website. If you want a bigger size than that, you're going to have to rely on a third-party reseller. So currently, as of recording this video over on StockX, my size, which is a size 12, is going for $275, which isn't terrible, but when you consider it was a high retail price to begin with, so anything over retail is going to sting a lot, understandably so. I don't know what Nike's going to do as far as restocking these, but there's nothing really super exclusive about this, so I don't see why Nike wouldn't do a restock. But again, with Nike, you never know. These did sell really well. I believe all the colorways did sell really well. So I would be surprised if they didn't do a restock. So patience might be key with these Pegasus Premiums, because I think if you wait around long enough, Nike will do a restock and you'll be able to grab them for retail. Alright, so overall, these are extremely comfortable. I do recommend them, especially for casual wear like what I'm going to be doing. The price is a little steep, but like I said, with the technology that they have in here, that's to be expected. So I don't regret my purchase at all, and I can't wait to rock these to work to see if they are going to replace the Ultra Boost at the top of my list for the most comfortable sneakers. But yeah, so far, very happy with my purchase. Alright, that's all I have for this one. Thank you again for stopping by. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and help feed that algorithm. I hope you have a great evening, and like always, thank you for watching.